Well, welcome to my brand new channel, Healthy Expedites. I say my brand new channel because I have some other channels you may want to check out. If you play guitar, you may want to check out Mind's Eye Visual Guitar Methods. Mind's Eye Visual Guitar Methods, where I use a unique way to help you understand guitar. I also have a channel where I build guitars called Budget DIY Guitars. It's pretty old and not updated. There's a channel about my classic cars, a weird old General Motors car called a Chevy Monza. And you can check out those cars and some historic promotional material, videos and stuff at the Red Spider. That's what it's called right now. I'm probably going to change that channel's name. But anyways, that's not what you're here for. You're here for Healthy Van Expediting. Healthy Van Expediting. And that's me, Marco. And welcome to my channel, Healthy Van Expediting, where here we are in the van. Give you a little look around. Oops, sorry. The hand in the way. The expediting van. Yeah. I'm in a typical classic expediting van. Brand new Ford Transit. Set up for me by my transportation company. Got a pretty typical offer, 60-40 split. I pay for gas, they cover tolls, and as long as I stay busy, I stand the opportunity to make some reasonable coin at this job. There's a lot involved with that talk, so we won't get into deep details right now. This is kind of like an introductory video where I can just say welcome you to my channel and say just generally what we'll be about here. I'm going to try to post videos about where I go, what I do. Eventually, we're going to try to get some cameras set up for me being able to, one, document what goes on out there, perhaps with other drivers as I drive, like a dash cam kind of setup. But number two, maybe like a GoPro or some kind of camera that mounts outside the vehicle, and you can check out how what we do going down the road. And maybe make some videos, kind of like Indiana Jack trucking videos. I don't know if you ever checked out that channel, but check it out, Indiana Jack Trucking. I don't think he makes videos about him driving in the truck anymore, but he had a whole series of a few years or a decade or more of videos of him taking loads in an 18-wheeler across country. And it's a really cool channel, very well done and very inspiring to me. So I want to make a somewhat similar channel to that. So if you see that channel, that's what you can kind of expect here. But also, there's a lot of van expediting channels, and I'm just a beginner, so I'm not going to be able to offer, like, the expertise that those channels can offer. But what I am going to try to offer is in the title here, Healthy Van Expediting, where I try to meet the challenge of eating healthy on the road. Because one thing about this job, and living the van life is what you got to live, and living in a van, it becomes a challenge to eat healthy, especially at truck stops. And that was the only deterrent I had a few years ago in getting this job, was the fact that, I started to eat healthy or concentrate on my eating about 3 years ago, when I realized that I had gained some serious weight and I was not looking the same anymore. And I wasn't happy with how I looked, especially the bloated feeling in the tummy area. Feeling like I had a basketball, walking around with her. I was pregnant all the time. So that got me into exercising, trying some weird diets, that one where it's called keto or something like that. And I did that for a while, and that did help me lose weight. We'll talk about that maybe down the road. But what we're really going to talk about is trying to get healthy things and eat healthy down the road. Where you can go and what to do that, how to avoid truck stop food, and how to avoid spending all your money at all the fast food places, that in case you want to do that, if you still are in what I call flavor craving mode, because that is the ultimate unhealthy eating thing with the population today, and why I think there is what people claim to be an obesity epidemic. Because food is made today to crave, and it's available. So, boom, why eat healthy when you can totally eat delicious, awesome food that you think is healthy but really isn't? And that's what I've learned about healthy food. It's not usually the most There's something about it that's just not as flavorful, but it's not as flavor craving. Healthy food is delicious, but you got to get used to it, and you got to lose the salt, fat, sugar craving. But that's a whole nother subject that I'll have a ton of info and videos on later. This is, once again, an overview of what my channel is going to be. And we got lucky today during my last shipment from my third in this job, in this line of work, from Minneapolis. Got a nice big load that I was been waiting to get. Minneapolis to Toronto, Canada. Cool, right? We cross the border a lot in this on this channel, so we'll be going over that. That might be some features you get on this channel that you might not see on other expediting channels. The hassles in having to take shipments across the border, there's some special details to it. Because we got to go to Toronto and we had some extra time to do that, they delayed the shipment till Sunday when I could have got there on a Friday. So Toronto is not far from my home, which is in Rochester, New York. Can you tell by the accent? Rochester accent. Chili Avenue, Lyle Avenue, Charlotte Beach. If you're from Rochester, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Nick Tahoe's, right? Garbage plates. Eating healthy, right? So, I basically saying that because I got to go home and enjoy my own apartment, which was just glorious. It was, worth the probably $30 to $40 in gas it cost me to get there. Get some laundry done, get my guitar, bring my guitar with me. Yeah, I finally got my guitar on the road, so that's awesome. I could even sit and jam a little bit today. But that's probably what we'll do when we get to over to Ingersoll and maybe sit in a park and do some jamming. Maybe that's what we'll do. But anyways, on my way in Rochester, anyone from Rochester knows there's this really awesome grocery store that blows Whole Foods away, right? It's like a mega Whole Foods, but totally awesome. It's called a Wegmans. Wegmans. You on the East Coast probably know Wegmans because they're now spreading down the East Coast because they're a big enough store and good enough store to guess that's what's happening. But if you're from Rochester, you definitely know Wegmans, and Syracuse and Buffalo have had them for a long time too. So I was able to go there and get, I can find this at a Walmart too, but luckily, at least there's a Walmart every place. You can eat somewhat healthy there. And if you can find a Whole Foods in your city, I recently was in Des Moines, Iowa. Whole Foods there, awesome. A really cool store too, by the way. They're not that bad, but I definitely like Wegmans better, how they present and set up, how they have everything. It's a little more thought in how Wegmans markets everything and has things set up for their customers than Whole Foods does. So we got some veggie goodies there that are going to be really great to eat. I have a fridge in the van here, which is lucky. In the beginning of getting hooked up with this job, the owner of the van asked if I wanted the seat there or a fridge there, and the seat would be pretty useless for trying to spread out and sleep for the times that I got massive loads in the back where I can't have the bed folded down. But most of the time you can have the bed folded down. Most of the loads are 2 skids and something like that. Like this last one I did was 11 boxes of t-shirts for a concert. Isn't that kind of cool? It was someone I have never heard of. Seems to be a pretty reason. I looked him up on YouTube. Louis Capaldi tour. Pretty cool, right? We brought his merchandise. Got to bring it. We got to load it through the back where they were loading in all the equipment. Pretty cool. Too bad it wasn't Eric Johnson. Could have got my guitar signed or something, right? But anyways, or Dweezil Zappa. Would have worn my Dweezil Zappa shirt. Anyways, I got a fridge in the van, so that's pretty cool. He asked if he could also take out the seat and install a mini fridge that he had in his garage, and I said, yeah, do that. So with a power inverter, the fridge runs, and we can keep fresh items nice and cold, and fresh items fresh, which helps with our healthy expediting channel. So, hope you enjoyed this 10-minute introduction on what we're doing here in this channel. What we'll be starting out with, I'll make another video about our next load, which is going to be from, we're here in Toronto. We have to make an hour and 40-minute run to Ingersoll, Ontario, where there's a General Motors plant, which I always think is cool. I love going to these GM plants. I wish I could go to Lordstown, but Lordstown is now closed. Lordstown is my favorite plant because if you remember what I mentioned about my Chevy Monza videos in channel, the Red Spider, that is where that car was built. So I visited the plant a few times, toured it, know some people that work there, know the president of the UAW there, cool guy, Tim O'Hara. It's just too sad that that plant has now been unallocated, which pretty much means they've closed it down. So that's definitely a bum deal. I hope that they get it back. Everyone's on strike right now to try to negotiate, and I think they're gonna, get the negotiations done. But I don't think that's gonna involve, sadly, anything happening at Lordstown, which I think is dumb. I think seems like there's. I mean, I don't know business, but seems like could be plenty of things they could do there and build the Trans Am there. Anyways, you guys don't want to hear about that. I know they don't even make the Pontiacs or Trans Am anymore, but they got that version of a Camaro that looks like a Trans Am, which kind of looks way better than a Camaro. But anyways, we're going there. We're going to this. So we're going to a GM plant, which means we get to probably peek inside open doors and see what's going down the assembly line. I say that because that's what happened recently, and Chrysler is in Windsor, Ontario. We made a delivery to Chrysler, and I could see all the minivans going down the production line. I thought that was really cool. I like automotive plants. I think that's a really cool thing. So, we are going to go there and do a pickup of it's like a tiny skid. It's like 100 pounds or something, or 75 pounds. So we're going to be really light, which is good, saving gas. And that means then we are going to go from there. We go to Tennessee, a nice good run. It's 789 miles or something like that to there. So I'm probably getting paid for 790 miles. And I think we talked about this earlier. So I made a video a second ago, so I might have talked about it there. I don't even know now. So we're headed to Tennessee, and we'll go over that in the next video. I'll tell you some details about that. Maybe we'll take some pictures on the way or something like that. Tell you about how we do that. So because we're not due in Ingersoll, Ontario till later today, we're going to go to the park here. We're going to go check out on the shores of Lake Ontario here in Toronto, right on the shore. So I'm going to go take a drive down the lane here, and I think I can get to a little parking area for a little beach, some walking trails, walk around a little bit, maybe make a video for you guys, and then we'll be on our way, and we'll start. I'll give you some information when we're on our way. So thank you for watching my channel. I hope you like Van Expedites. We'll give you a tour of the van coming up in another video, a picture of the big van that we drive, and details, what's the mileage, and ask questions too. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification button so you can know when I update a new video about the van life and expediting in a van to make money for that van life. And it's a little less van life because if this was like real van life, we'd have like an apartment set up in one of these things. I hope I can afford one of these one day because they're big enough in the back. You could totally set up something to get you by. And the way my life is, with the money I make and my situation, I could totally do that. It would really be something cool. So anyways, that's down the road. We'll talk about that. But ask questions so that I can really know subjects to make videos on and answer your direct questions about expediting. If you want to get into this job, I'm not going to glamorize it. I want to tell you about it, what it is, so you can make an informed choice. There's no sense in glamorizing this. The more people that do it, the less money everybody makes. And it's not for everybody. I'm going to go over some videos where I tell you about some things you're going to need, like some emotional strength. And basically certain things in your life that, like you don't have pets and you don't have family and you don't have kids at home that are going to be conducive to making this a viable opportunity for you. That being said, at the current moment, the making of this video, you might watch this years down the road. at the making of this video, my boss has a new van available for somebody with either a passport, or like me, I'm from New York and I was able to get the enhanced license because New York has a lot of border crossings. So they offer a special license that you can get across the border without a passport. And so if you've got the enhanced license or the passport, and you're interested in this job, leave a comment below. Of course, check out the date. You know, if it's years past, maybe that opportunity's come and gone. So, yeah, Healthy Van Expeditings. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it this far in my rambling for 15 minutes here. And, yeah, I appreciate that, anyone who watches and who gets into this channel. Like, subscribe if you did, and we'll see you then. Here's to good travels.